Senator and chairperson of the Clifton Heritage National Park from 2007 to 2012. She earned a Doctorate of Education degree and Master of Arts degree in Curriculum and Instruction from St. Thomas University in Minnesota. In 1996, she completed a Bachelor of Education from the University of the West Indies, and in 1987, she received her teacher's diploma and an Associate's of Art degree from the College of the Bahamas. Dr. Higgs was a part-time lecturer at the College of the Bahamas in the School of Education and is former Director of Education at Omega College. Dr. Higgs taught in church, public, private, and tertiary schools for more than 30 years and was awarded Teacher of the Year for R.M. Bailey School and for the Southeast School District in 1997. She is a well-known community organizer, cultural activist, and philanthropist in Fox Hill community. She is a former member of the Catholic Board of Education and District Commissioner for the Bahamas Girl Guide Association. Dr. Higgs is married and is the mother of 3 children and the grandmother of 1 granddaughter. Let us put our hands together and welcome Dr. Jacinta Higgs.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Blessings and peace to you. May the ego of Jacinta decrease. May that biography decrease, and may the Holy Spirit increase in me. I just came from a meeting directly with the minister. I don't take speaking engagements. But usually for teachers, I don't say no. I love what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing. And thank you very much, Madam Moderator, for introducing me, and also to your principal. God bless you, Madam, for the invitation. I'm going to go by very quickly because I'm going to speak only to spirits. I'm from Fox Hill and we believe in spirits. I'm only going to speak to spirits. And so may God enlighten, inspire, and guide your heart as I share. I am very unorthodox. I have no fear. And that's a problem. You know, I have no fear. I'll say, okay, God, here I am, Lord, as a little Catholic girl, Catholic all my life, staunch Catholic, husband Catholic, still Catholic. Thought I'd buy my plot. You have to pay for your plot nowadays. I pay for my plot in the Catholic Church. I said that to say I have no place to go. So I'm a Roman Catholic Christian who was born in a liberated African village, who still to this day celebrate that. So I didn't choose that, or I did, but I don't. That's a different story for a different day for those of you who are not in that understanding. And I said that to say to you, that is a part of my identity. So that is a part of my identity. When I came back from school bearing my, and I'm only talking only until I see my mentee get this up. I worked with Mr. McKenzie and a whole group of them way back at R.M. Bailey. Okay, so we're good to go. I'm going to go very, very fast because it's a lot of stuff. I had to research you before I came. I'm going to stick as best as I can to the time and then also too. So please guide me. Who's got time? My mentor. Yes, please guide me. The timing, please. All right, you told me you want to talk about In Pursuit of Excellence for 2030. The 30 is missing, the 2030 and beyond. 2030 is a very critical year because the United Nations is making 189 countries all around the world follow human rights guidance. It's for human rights. It's for children, you name it. There are 17 Sustainable Development Goals. I'm going to go through and show you those. And so if you hear your minister saying this, he is on that track. All ministers who come in are on the track. The Prime Minister is working with them, even my department. My department is just dealing with number 5 alone. All right, so Mackenzie, you're going to go until I tell you stop. Just beautifully, just go, and then I'll do my hand. Okay, so see, you are in a very powerful, unique position for such a time as this, because if I'm not mistaken, this is the minister's school, meaning his constituency. You should lead for nothing. Oh, child. Oh, Lord. You should lead for nothing. in decency and in order. You should need for nothing but a principal if it is to enhance and improve the children in this school. For such a time as this, the Bible speaks of it. That's what Esther had to go and do for her people for such a time as this. And so we give God thanks. Next. So here is your crest. Next, beautiful. Here are some beautiful students with the teacher, I'm assuming. Now we saying something with your vision. I got this from the ministry site that says that CV Bethel High School will be the school of choice. That's a powerful, that's what I want for my school, a school of choice, where students and parents want to come there. And I am telling you, you are really doing well. Now you may say, man, Dr. Higgs, you ain't know the inside. So I'm going inside school for one second. I own the school. Here I get no more inside than that. I know the bank account of that school. I was watching the money drop in there and when they have to come out. So I'm saying that to say that you're doing very well based on some things I saw and discerned, all right? The Christian ethos, you have that, okay, good, upheld. Next, that's your vision. Okay, beautiful, next. So you are here to help children. I don't know if the queen was your queen, but I just brought it because I'm saying, or at least she came to speak to your students. You are about not only national leaders, but you are about regional and global leaders as well. All right, so someone is already identifying themselves and the students. All right, so you are going to guide these children. That's what you said in your vision. Next. All right, then you said your philosophy, you will empower the students. Oh my God, I'm a little girl from Fox Hill. I grew up in a two-room house. And literally it was a two-room house. So we used to, this is the front room right here, and the chest right here, and one little prayer table right here, and literally there was some beads hanging down. So we used to do the beads like this, and then we go right into this second section right here. In this second section is where we used to sleep at night. And sometimes some of us used to sleep in the front there too. And then once we hit this table, we outside, and that's a table right there with all the dishes on it, and then the toilet was right over there. All right, that's what I know. That's all I know. I am very thankful for that experience. Therefore, it has to make me always be humble. So hence, the school that I did is to help children. Because someone helped me. All right, next. So you were saying your philosophy to make them aware, etc. So you're home of the super scholars. There are 3 students who I saw on the site, but it didn't come through. That's fine. All right, next. More pictures, more teachers, more students. Next. You said that you are working in collaboration with the home and the community, and that's very, very powerful. You do academic, social, technical, and you just shared with me with technical and vocational potential for your students. Next. All right, so therefore, I love your band.
Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent. I saw them perform at a ceremony recently. Excellent. Order, discipline, beauty. Let's say some of them rude, or let's say some of them won't wait. And usually band students, they develop a certain kind of discipline. Rectitude. And so therefore, more, you can get some more instruments, put more in the band.
Yes, please. Yes.
All right. So here you have your students again. Next, let's go. You said that excellence through perseverance. That's what you told me. So that means you can't give up. And that's not easy. That's not easy. Excellence is very, very hard to achieve. Sometimes you don't even know what it is. You wouldn't even map it out or no one map it out for you. So that's even worse because you're striving for something that has not been mapped out with an action plan. Next, and so again, your students seem happy. I'm telling you, these are the photos I saw. I wish I'd seen more boys, but look, they're beautiful. They're smiling. They're happy. Now, you said that you are home of the mighty stingrays. All right, now I hope you did some studies on the stingrays, because remember, that's why DW Davis moved pit bulls the other day for their children's name. There's a spirit that you imbue every time you say stingrays. And so let's find some good qualities about the stingrays that you can tell them about, not just water. That was one of the last animals that we could find. You understand what I'm saying? I like to laugh, don't make me laugh. And then because your school's one of the newest schools, you see what I'm saying? But find out quickly some powerful spiritual movements of the stingray so you can tell them. My school is Caribbean's Beetle. That's very powerful in terms. I tell them the science, the social, and the spiritual. Next, all right, so again, your children are laughing, they're happy. I see the candles, so there. Next, go ahead. Now, the Ministry of Education said they have 50,000 students, K through 12, 169 schools, 170, sometimes the numbers ring like that. And they have 14 districts. We, in private schools, we have 20 more thousand addicts for 70,000 children. Every year with 5,500, 5,600 graduates. That's a serious stats right there, every year. No matter what, they keep churning out, they keep rolling out. All right, next. Ministry goals say they want to increase graduation from 40-something, but 50 to 80% by 2030, next. And the goal, and whatever they say, remember, they can push that down on you, all right? And then the minister don't want to look embarrassed because I just let you know how politics go because I was able to play with both of the realms. The ministry wants to create an educational system that is technologically sound and competitive. 11 years ago, 9 years ago, when we started out with all technology, every child had to have a laptop. It was hard. It still is hard. The children break up the parents' laptop, break up the money. You all don't know what we're going through. Sometimes the system don't come in. Sometimes the teacher have a test and you can't get the test done. Then we have to resort to the telephones because the telephones are able to get things through. And then people, when man comes to school, say, Jesus Christ, Miss Dr. Higgs, you have the children using cell phones inside the classroom. So I had to say, yes, sir. He says, but they're using cell phones. I said, no, so they're taking a test. And literally they were taking a test on their phone. I heard your minister say that cell phones are being considered as well because those are tools of learning. Now, remember, I beat a girl. Pop, I've been on the radio and I apologize for anyone who I beat. I apologize for some of y'all too. But I said that to say, I beat her because she took her phone and she took a picture of a teacher sleeping to his desk. So you all know what phones are used for. So you and just so you know, the laptops can do it as well. But the point is, as we bring in this science, you all have to get stronger in your spiritual control. Just that, that's what I'm saying. Just be very vigilant, spiritually vigilant. All right, next. The Prime Minister Delivery Unit, PMDU, they were the ones who were tracking the Ministry of Education and the Minister of Education. The Minister of Education next told him that he would do 5 things. He want all preschool children 3 and 4 years to go to school, that's number 1. Right? Based on only 1,600 in schools, 4,600 is his target for next year, and it's about 10,000 of them, 3 and 4 years old, and they can give anybody, any school could take them $2,000 per child. That's universal, that's by IDB, they got the money for it, it's all over the world. They need all, it's called universal education. Because if those children don't come to school and be born now, they might still go through whole school struggling because they missed out. And then there may be a menace to society, to our home and our children, and no disrespect, but they need to be trained. And then he said he also won the 3rd grade black grade score, and then he said he wants digitization in the schools. He also wants modernization in terms of equipment, different things. And so therefore that's what I'm trying to say in a beautiful kind of way. You shouldn't want everything in a beautiful, respectful way. Strengthen your principle, because it's a very thin line when you're working with those ministers. Let him put his money where his mouth is. In a beautiful way, no disrespect. In a beautiful way. That's because the heart will still go through it too. But certain things that you see, just begin to put it in writing, and you have to give the justification. Now let me show you what's the strength for the principal. The principal can't do anything. Because let me tell you what you do. If you know what he got the Prime Minister can do, and yours fit right in here, you'll say, I will help you accomplish, that's what you call it, the SDG goal. Right now, if any male in here will help me with my department, I'm gender, male and female. Female heavy, we doing well. Male, I need some young male programs. If you come to me right now and say, Dr. Higgs, we have this program running, I will try and find some resources for that, some funding for that. All right, so because everybody will look good. Bottom line, when we go to United Nations next year, 2020, and we give a report, we want to say what the baseline was. And right now, 800 new students just gone in schools this year of the 3 and 4 year olds. So you see how he's moving? Every year, he could say, well, he said he will put 1,000 in every year until he get the accomplishment. So if you know what his goals are, and you need that for your students, then you simply show him how you will help him, and trust me, he will love that. All right, next. So then he has to show what he's doing right now. So this is his report, but it's fine. I just want you to see what's coming out of the Prime Minister's office from your minister. Next. Next, go ahead, same thing. Okay, again, your students again, go ahead. Next. Beautiful, that's your top students, I think, on a roll. If I so beautiful, you have to recognize them, and we do that well. But now remember, everybody ain't gonna be no on a roll student. Now y'all please try to find something to do for the ones who, Alright, just let you know, if the teachers who taught me at Sanders Primary School knew I was gonna become a senator, oh God, they're gonna treat me. So you don't know. Or they gonna show you, because you may try to sabotage or vote, because that may not be the one who you like, or who's kind to you, or who. So therefore, God ain't gonna show you. So please, man, try to find some of them other ones so that they can feel a part next. Now, you were talking this week about the importance of a teacher. in today's society, your role, our roles, I'm always a teacher, that's why I came. Our role is skewed. Mind you, and it always used to be, you know, but because you were in partnership with the parents at home, it was easier. But now, next, the technology is the tool and the teacher. Man, I know you all just missed that. This is the tool, but they can be looking at, or that, and minister again the little baby children the iPads. Man, I know you all hear me, man. So that's the tool and the teacher. So now you have to adjust. You can try to find a way your face. You'll try to find out, because if not, you're going to be frustrated, and you're going to have to keep up. I don't know everything. I opened the technology school, and don't ask me no Moodle, don't ask me with no Edmodo, but I knew because I'd come back from Minnesota, and I saw what was happening over there. School ain't making no money. I ain't making no money. And thank God that building, my husband built it from Sun International money. I don't know if you'll understand. He wants rent for it. I can't even pay him no rent. I just barely making this teacher's fee. But I'm trying to train some children so when they go off to college, they're gonna be like me. As I was the only black woman sitting down in our class, and I tell you, black, female, and behaving. I'm telling you, you don't know who you are. Dog, eat your breakfast, lunch, dinner, and all your snacks. You have to be intelligent. You know the tenets and the precepts. You have to know the philosophies and the epistemologies. You know those, because they come sharp. All right? So now, the TV is not a moral compass. You do it yourself. You ask how many children in your classes, they ain't scared of you, they ain't ashamed either, and they don't even know it's wrong. Ask them how much of them is go to church on Sunday, and you will see the hand. You ask. Now that's telling you something, because that means that support group of their moral compass that you would have had, you don't have anymore. So you cannot let don't let them fall through the crack. So you have to really be hyper alert and spiritually guided in order to guide them. The school gang is the turf is here. The school is the turf. Not the used to be the park. So wait till we get out. Let's do it right now right in front of you. All right, and so you have to be careful. The classroom is a competition clash. It's not a learning zone anymore because the children compete now against one another, man. So please don't let them. Only things I know is put pit bulls together and pit cocks together to fight. And black people don't do that to the children. So let them do more group work, so the smart ones help the slower ones. Okay, then they will retain it better and more. All right, let's go. So children, as young as they are, they now with the laptops next, and they learning all these things. This is your students. I loved what I saw. I'm a 30-year veteran educator. I loved that fair, what you all did. I mean, it was beautiful, and you could see people just didn't throw nothing together. Everybody wanted their booths to look good. I saw it. I went through on Facebook, just so I ain't go off of Facebook nowadays, but you know, you're all going to see it on Facebook to see if you're all there, because you know you might be large and present. All right, next. See, beautiful, beautiful. Go ahead. So the telephones will become a thing. These your students, the sports that make sure you just don't use these poor children to win no basketball game. And talking about win volleyball game. Try see how that can measure to an asset to go to college.
Yes.
All right, yes. Please. I tell the coach, don't laugh, no celebrating you win. No man, come on. How much of these boys manifest to go to college, man? And then you have to work with the parents too. Thank God also for the public school scholarship program. Next, the importance of the homeroom period. Now this is sacred. As simple as saying, put all the chairs under the desk. And the janitress be complaining sometimes. As simple as saying, no, we will not move very quietly until every piece of paper is picked up from the floor. And engage him during homeroom hour, because you can find out all kinds of things. You actually are the real family members. You're the real families. Because they came from parents, they have to help them decompress. They get parents fighting, they get parents moving in there. They seen all the different kind of daddies and mummies and people moving in and out. The siblings, the children fighting, the friends fighting. So please, homeroom is a sacred space. It's a real place for you as family. Instruct the children, man. Give them some old school values. The children really don't know that if they walk in the room and they ain't speak to you, there's something wrong with that. They may know how. So that's your responsibility, man. You have to help them. It's called intergenerational transmission. You are duty bound by the grace of God to make sure. Don't see some things and don't say, man, come here, man. You know that wrong, right? Come on, fix your clothes, man. Come here, man. Pull that slide down. You gotta guide them. And mind you, you can be the bully, but you ain't their friends. Don't sacrifice your soul for a fleeting friendship, which even no friendship. All right, so please, man, inspire them. Inspire means to inspirit. Inspire means to put a spirit in them that will cause them to rise up. All right? Inform them. Tell them with some national things going on, some regional things, and some global news. All right? That's why we want to bring in the SDGs. And then transform them. Help their dreams, and their goals, and their aspirations to manifest. Next. Again, beautiful. Children can smell a hormone teacher. All right? They can smell someone who's really concerned. All right? Next. Again, beautiful. Next. And you can see the smiles. Beautiful. Next. All right? You can see. Again, giving them awards and presentation. And sometimes I keep telling you, you know, like sometimes for me, it's mandatory that top boy, top female and everything. Deacon Leviticus Adley told me, as a young teacher, I knew that girls were typically more astute, more focused at grade 6, 7, 8, right? So I was thinking, Adley, how come if girls usually do better in school than boys? I mean, by research. Here at SAP, we have equal boys and equal girls in the class. I mean, the boys did pass the test too at grade 7. He said, no. 500 children take the test from SAP. First 250 maybe girls. 1 or 2 boys split in between. But he will take the first 100 girls, and then he get all the best 5 dollars to 100 boys is. He getting them. Man, I knew. So if your child, my daughter was one of them, I'll never forget it. So she didn't make that cut in the top 100 girls. Oh God, that was devastating. My family, because all we know is SAC area, that's all we know. Thank God for your generosity. You talk about business, nah, I care. My husband, all of his life, him and his family, Higgs, all they did was take care of SAC. Everything, all the heavy equipment, everything. Father Mel, Father George, who my son, we've been up to take for his funeral, everything. Minnesota, that's why my son is St. John's. Everything was Catholic. Monsignor Preston Moss is like my daddy. And my husband is listed in this program book as a special son. So thank God for that. You got a God. You would have seen the results. You would have seen the results. But you make sure she's here on Monday. They say, fair me ain't fair, child. I tell you that. But it devastated her. Devastated her. I don't think she ever got over that. She graduated top 5. There you go. Top 5. But that was, for me, I think that was a bit like stress to try and show mommy, I deserve that. Whereas my big stinker son, who don't even study, he get it, born right in. But anyhow, Deacon Adley said that coming down towards the end, the boys begin to taper right off. So I'm trying to say, don't let the boys slip through, please. Not nice looking behavior. Black men. All right? So here again, you celebrate your children. I'm proud of what you do. I see them walking through, they're proud, but make sure find massage for each one of them, man. I tell. Oh, by the way, this is no joke. Ever since 9 years ago, every child at graduation gets one trophy. Some small, some this, but everyone. Because I'm dealing with spirits, not academics. I already got a Doctor of Education degree and my master's from the University of St. Thomas. And I'm telling you from that highest level, they ain't know they be saying. This be arbitrary things they be talking about. Don't they hear me? But if you damage the soul of that young black boy or young black girl, one trophy, one certificate, it is diabolical if we don't allow all those children to march. You mean to march? Getting in your business. I only telling you because it's called Rite of Passage. See, I didn't study it. Don't be careful what people. I just letting you all know. And remember, it's ministry, but I just letting you know. I'm not about celebrating failure. I'm about meritocracy. I work hard. So I'm not about that. But I'm just telling you, be very careful. All right, do something else. So beautiful. Next. Okay, certificate. Developing good teachers, student rapport. Next. Ready? Time. You gotta spend time with the children. You gotta spend time with them. They can tell if you are serious. You have to earn their trust. You have to tell them the truth. They can smell if you faking. You just don't get no rub and then you let them slip by. They know they cuss in the front of you and you ain't say, hey, look here, don't duck in the front of me, man. Duck in the front of me, man. Just let them know, I love you now, but don't do that in the front of me. That's all, that's all. Even if your time to go to the principal, Jesus, don't let them do that in front of you, man. Because they can tell you don't care about me.
That's right.
Don't mind them. All right? They need you to be with them for thick and thin. But not in wrong. Let them know now. No, my buddy, man, you was wrong. I might still tell you, now I can work with you. The principal say she can try, see how she can, I'll try to work with you. I might still tell you I was dead wrong what you did. You hit that girl in her head like that. No, man, that's wrong, man. I won't want you to do that to my knees. Hard, straight up. But I love you now. I really want you to finish school. Because you have so much potential. You see what you're doing? But you playing good cop, bad cop, all within yourself, the child, but you have to let them know. And then you have to talk with words and deeds. Man, somebody got away in Miami, tell them bring no boxes, necklace, man. And I know some of the people don't have it in school, but I have some little treats for the children, man. Some of them never get nothing in their whole. They never even get underpants. Man, I know if y'all hear me. No one ever gave them a gift. Christmas, birthday, in and out. You think about that. They don't even want to tell you that. You think about that. All right, next. So good rapport comes with good gestures. Comes with generosity. Next. Beautiful. Next. Lovely smiles. They're celebrating their teachers. They love you. Next. Keep going. Beautiful. The clubs. I'm assuming this is GGYL, one of them. I'm not sure which club it is. Band. Beautiful. Nice polo shirts. Nice. Beautiful. This is camera. SCM. Beautiful. So it's recognized. Next. Go ahead. Excellent. All I can tell you is from your Facebook presentation, you did very well. Even if only just to capture that. See, you might don't value that, but I value that. I do my yearbooks myself every year. And I put everything into that. See, because it's a spirit. I be praying over which picture. But y'all do this a spiritual thing.
That's what it is.
Anybody can't just put spirits in your things. Yes, I tell you, I believe in spirits. Let's go. No joke. All right, so now y'all do for the children. This you all right?
Yes, baby.
I love this when I saw this. I love this. I mean, you can see, you know, you're cheering for them. You all know how they feel when you all say, "My good job, high five, Miss Bob, you did so well." Man, I don't understand. I'm a big woman, I like that. But I say, "Boy, how do you did good with Bob?" That's what I'm saying. Judge your children. Whose parents wasn't even there to see them. You the parents. You're the guardians. You're the angels. You're the ambassadors for God for those children. So I love that one. Next. In pursuit of excellence for 2030 and beyond, no child could be left behind. Because that one child, someone said the President was I love, God rest his soul. He said he got permission for the prison to share the story. He was worked on death row, so he had to go to see the prisoner on death row. And the prisoner told him, the story. And then he also went to the father. This man had one son. And he did very well. That boy was in soccer, music, football, this, basketball, he had every uniform, this. And he lived in their home. He would get him ready Saturdays after school, he'd pick him up, and he would pass the corner with a group of bad boys. Same age as his son. And he would say, "Honey, son, don't go there with them. You see that time they pass, he passing straight." And so the other boy, his son did well, gone to university, came back, good job, came back. And one night when he was coming into the garage, one of the boys came behind him. And when he turned around to face him, point blank, shot to the chest, he was dead, his one son. So when Senior Moore said he didn't know how to go to that man's house. That's that man who said, everywhere, him and that one child would go against that one son. So now when Senior said, you have to go to the house, when Senior go into the house. When Senior said, when he gone, he didn't know what to say. He really couldn't know what to say to this man. And he thought the man would be. And the man said, Monsignor, he said, oh God, Monsignor. He said, pray for me, I need God to forgive me. So Monsignor said, what you mean you need God to forgive you? He said, Monsignor, if I had stopped and let them jump in the back of my truck and taken them to the games with my son, he said, Monsignor, they would have seen him as a brother. He said, I don't believe they would have killed him like that. He said, oh Lord, Monsignor, ask God to have mercy on my soul. Monsignor said he will never forget that. And he found the boy eventually. He went to prison. He dealt with the boy in death row. I said that to say, be careful. Be careful. There's something called reciprocity that we teach our children. It is not fair for her to live a life of discipline, sacrifice, generosity, goodness, patience, kindness, wisdom. And I must live a life how I want to live it, mean, scrounge, selfish, rude to people. And you mean I want to exact the same consequences and blessing? That God can't work like that. Parents don't work like that. And if they do something wrong, because then you let me do what I will do. And I can't, because at the hour of my death, I'm a Catholic, remember, at the hour of my death, my soul shall be required of me. You can't just do anything to these people's children. So God say, when I came, you didn't feed me. When I decided to driving in the car on Mackey Street, years after I left teaching, they say, when I was without clothes, you ain't give me no clothes. There's a scripture, the thing on radio. So I stopped at the red light. So I said, well, God, I question myself now for the first time. I said, well, God, when did I try to do a self-reflection now? I said, well, God, when did Jacinta see you and I do those things to you? He said, when you was teaching them children. So I said, God, you mean just like this? You mean when I told that boy who was grinning in my class, still in my class while I meet, and he had buck teeth, and I say to him, your teeth so big, you can't keep your mouth closed, that's why you grinning in my class? And he never grin again. I say, God, you mean I was talking to you? Yes, ma'am. And I know you all hear me. I just wanted to teach my lesson what I planned all weekend. Come on, man. You all know what kind of teacher I am. He wouldn't stop talking. And he keep laughing.
Hard to tell him. Hard to tell
And he, by the way, is coming back. My God, man, come on, man. Oh, Lord, I'm just telling you, I will never forget that. And two of my children were bullied. My daughter, straight through St. Thomas. She still talks about it. Am I saying that's me? All I'm saying is there's something called karma. There's something called reciprocity. So I'm just saying, be careful, man. So sometimes hold back. I teach now in my school, stand down, stand down. Teachers stand down. Just get escalated, police or stand down, stand down, stand down, stand down. And they know, and then they move into that spirit of position. So I ask God to forgive me. Here are your 17 goals. So teachers, you all understand that laugh means many things. So I remember it, I feel bad. I feel bad. All right. 1, 2 to 17 goals. Please, teachers, you need to get this. All right, it's the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. 189 countries in 2020 next year. Every prime minister, everybody have to go to the United Nations to report on how well they did for the country. My own is number 5, gender equality. I know what happened with the referendum and what happened, right? But with us, we really just tried to get programs for women. I need more women, not me. It's not me. Ego, get down. The world is asking if we can have more women empowerment to sit alongside the men to bring out balance of the discussion and about solving problems. Bottom line, that's all over, all right? Also, we want, if the Prime Minister went down in Inagua, he went to Inagua, he gave us some scopes of land. All the pictures show him giving to men, but when I read it, there was one woman in there. But it can't be. If he going down there, it has to be 50-50, that's what we are asking. And he knows, let's do a quota. There's $25 million, and teachers should be able to get access to it as well. There's also $50,000 for loan in Ministry of Tourism if you live in one of the family islands or Fox Hill, Bayonet Grandson, or one of the heritage sites. They will work with you in terms of developing a product, okay? But the point is they have to because of these. Then they have to report what they did for each one, and it ain't no joke, because I just did our report for the country. Next. 189 countries, 70 sustainable goals, 169 targets, 233 indicators. Education is number 4. So the other ministers follow number 4. Next. Same thing, next. The word education comes from educare. It's a Latin word. It means to lead out or to draw out what is already there. God don't trust you to deal with his children. You ain't that good. You ain't that disciplined. You ain't that well endowed spiritually. So he already put everything in the child what is already there. And I will show you if he could do it for the least unto the mango and the dilly. Hey, Jesus, what but the child? It's already there. But you have to nurture it, water it, affirm it, inspire it, help it to transform. But it's already there. All right? It's already. So just remember that. So the ego, get down. Because you don't know. He will hide from you what the child will become. Next. So educare is education to lead out. There are different goals. The government have goals for 20, 30 girls. The parents have goals. They just want to make it through the day, buy some insurance. The teachers have goals. You all want to increase your VGCS results. And the students have goals. They only want one finger up one another. And even the best of them. And the brightest of them. You understand what I'm saying? They don't mean no harm. Because after all, if they're 30, I'm a science biology teacher, right? And if the hormones raging at 12, 13, 14, what are you saying? What are you saying? All right? So different goals, therefore that's a challenge. Limited resources, that's a challenge. Unrealistic assessment, that's a challenge. Because I had a little boy at R&B school, and you all remind me, finish up right now, we can go faster. The little boy couldn't write frog. But I did a dissection, you see. So the little girl who could read the whole book on frog, she had her frog and he had his. And the little boy in R&B cut the frog so meticulously, precisely well that when the frog opened and he pinned the half of whereas the little girl, she popped that up like she was making it. And I don't know what the sound said. So at least, my God, never get a brother an A sometime. And the thing about it is, if they could do brain surgery on you, which one you want to But you know now, they get the doctors, they only want them to do the hands, right? The ones who play games. They's bringing some of them boys who play games, they bring them in to do the precision. But I know you understand. But they get some doctors who smart there. But they juggling them money on the calendar. Separation, spiritual, science, and scheme up next. The world did a damage to us. They separated us. They said you were part of you is a brain. My God, one entity, only one essence. Then they say, go ahead. Then you skill set. You get skills. This they said to us. Go ahead. Then they say, but they have these cities though. You get a spirit. These are the children plus this is you I'm talking about. So then these are separate, but you can't be separate. They have to be fully aligned like that. That's what the maths, but you know, you have to be fully aligned in order for you to be in your happiness self, right? All right, go ahead. The head deals with the profession of the subject, so the training. And sometimes everybody ain't kept that there. They have the focus, their interest. The skills of the hands and the passion. Sometimes they come from your mommy. You know, there's a whole line of family intergenerational could sing well. They like baking, or they like this, or they like petty shop, or certain things they like that are alike. Do you understand what I'm saying? It comes from the RNA and DNA. Then, what about the spirit? What did God send you to the earth for? You mean you can be here for 35 years and you don't know? You still don't be sure? She said, you mean you live your life by hit miss? That's what you're telling me? So it has to be in alignment like that, you see? So that you can give balance to each one of them. Next. You see the brain, you see the hands, you see the heart. Next. This is for you. You will not be happy if you are not in divine alignment with God. And this is where the nexus is, right? Notice that star, because you can see it coming up soon. And so then the purpose, what is your planetary providential anointing on your life? Why were you born, man? Jesus Christ, you mean the great God Almighty made a mistake? That's what you're saying to me? It's just a fun and a frolic, or just to come teach. As noble as it is, man, no matter, gotta be more. You're gonna have to find that out. Because many people go to their dead, that's what Miles Murray was saying, unfulfilled. All right? So you have your degrees, and then guess what? You still ain't happy because you go on and mean. I get a D in GC biology, and I end up teaching biology. Man, you only hear me. I tell these things like joke, this is no joke. I said, got sense. That's that. I got 2 C's, 1 D in biology, and 1 U, unclassified in geography. I don't make sense. I like, but I went through COB, and I failed the first term. I lost my scholarship. I had to go to the lady, tell her, please give me a scholarship, please, miss, I don't work hard. And she got the second chance. She gave it to me, I'll never forget her. Scary. And she gave me another chance. And I graduated with the Verona Seymour Award in Education. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. My master's, I got all A's. My doctorate, I got all A's. But so don't do your latter days go and say shit. Far more glorious than your former days. So you gotta get to the night. So they ain't too late, okay? Next. All right, your goals, embracing the challenge. Your goals must be clear. Your resources must be allocated with $3,000 to $4,000 to educate each child. No joke, because the government have to still pay for their salaries alone. It takes, and I know because I break it down for my school, all right, the tuition and everything else. All right, go. Again, you should not want but. Alright, who's knowledge? Why are we teaching the children? They gotta be relevant to the children, alright? Right now, they said that I think it's 30% or 40% of all university students will not use the degree with which they get. They come up with that. Alright, next. So you gotta find no child left behind. Find out what some of the children passionate on, then they can work with you, Go ahead, next. Education in early ancient societies, keep on going. Ceremonies, games, boys, men taught boys, our males were there. Next. Women guided the girls in the homes, in the community, civil society. Elma Garraway helped me through Girl Guides. All right, my mommy was working, so she was one of those persons. It took a village to raise a child and teach a child, but now that ain't the truth. Because big people, some of you all never hear these things I say. So therefore, it takes a village to raise a village. A village. Not the child, all of us need to be taught. So that, you see, now it takes a village to teach and raise a village. All of us have to always be learning. Especially now, because little children don't want to teach. I have to ask my 2 granddaughters, I'm sure I do the phone. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, the high point of education was a rite of passage. Child, and this is where graduation comes from. So since we don't graduate them no more, the gangs will graduate them. They will do things for the gangs, and then they will pass out. They will get their stripes or their stripes in that regard. Next. Scarabaeus beetle, we learned from the animals. This animal, they put the eggs in the cow dung. This is our school mascot, the Scarabaeus beetle. And if hurricane, earthquake, windstorm, tornado, whatever's coming, it will push that in the crevice of the rock. And even if lava come over this, the first animal that come out of this will be those. That's why in Egypt, Africa, they would say, good luck. But in Godspeed, and they would give you one of these because it's resilient. So if your woman get divorced, if someone fight, if someone get killed and you sort out someone, you get money, whatever, you will still survive. That's what we teach the children, so you have to know. Then a winged scarab is when you graduate, you're able to do on your own and give back to the community. So it has to be linked with long term. Okay, next. We had signs and symbols. These are hieroglyphs. These are thousands of years old. Now this is not the history teaching yet. This is my Afrocentric teaching. My mom Roman Catholic, and I was taught in the University of the Roman Catholic in Minnesota. This knowledge system, though, is what we know best. It taught us about the environment, animals, dreams, bodies, cosmos. I keep telling you about the spirit. Don't joke with the spirit. Don't play with the spirit. Don't play with the elderly. You have to respect the elderly. All right? Because then curses come back on you next. This is educated by the rod and staff. 23rd Psalm, Perah, thy rod and thy staff shall come to you when you walk through the valley of shadow of death. That's over 500,000 years old. Roman Catholic Church only gave the Bible in 440 BC. I don't know if you understand, about 2,000. You understand what I'm saying? So this is over 5,000 years old. But see the rod and staff. Remember you see some movies when they do like this? Because a child knows how to correct himself. You just be there to guide. You just be there to guide them. That's why we give communion at age 7. 2-year-old, they know exactly what they're doing, okay? Next. Quality instruction, teaching is divine. Let's go. Now, no disrespect to any of you, I'm a biology teacher. When I teach the children, I teach the science for the past, the biology, BGCSE and biology, BJC. I teach spirit of the subject, and then I teach the social. So I will teach about oral sex and anal sex, because that's what's happening out there. They will not pass me, and I act as if it don't happen. I gotta guide them to the pros and cons, consequences, etc. Then I have to teach them about the spiritual. The black male penis is the most powerful organ, it is the only structure made by God that can create a person. Only when it's in its full erected mode. That's why the obelisks, when you see the White House, you see the big tall obelisk, that's what they are, okay? They're in every country. France, they took them from Africa, just so you all understand what they are. So I teach that part as well, so the black man, black girl, when they go to school and surrounded by white people who know their history, they will know theirs as well. They will know the power of who they are. They will respect themselves. They will know that their body is divine. And then I also teach for the biology facts, right? Now I'm going to show you something. I'm starting with the scripture, the spiritual, right? This, your scripture Bible. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and all things were made by Him. And in Him was life, and the life was the light of men, and the light shined in darkness, and the darkness covered it not. And that was the true light, and the light of every man, and it came to pass, and the man was born not of blood, but of God, and the Word was made flesh. The only place that light can shine in darkness, and the darkness can't comprehend it, is in next, the womb of a woman. The baby is like, you were born a star. When they told you that we didn't understand, we thought it was a joke, but we said, well, you were born a star. Each one of us. All right, next. So the babies are divine. Breathe on me, breath of God, and fill me with life anew. I didn't do that. All right. Next, the blood. He said the blood. That's what he said. The blood, the precious blood of the Lamb. See, they were telling us things through songs, but they didn't give us the theoretical explanation for these things. But you are divine. That's what they said. Don't spill blood. Remember, they say these things, but you don't understand why, because it was sacred. All right. Next. So again, the ripeness of her womb. The baby even turns a certain, when it turns, then it's a shape change. So now, this is what someone was saying to me earlier. You will know. A pear in foxtail, as I said, you cannot pick a pear 5 seconds, 5 minutes before it's ready. Because if you do, you're going to squeeze that straight. Every night you can pass that and you can squeeze it. And then you can say, man, this ready, man. This ready, man. And if you cut it 5 seconds before it's ready, it can let you eat the inside of it. But all that part, it wouldn't even peel. The skin would not even peel. The dilly, you will feel that. You can squeeze that on what dilly you feel. Man, this ready, man. Man, dilly is ready. And one night you go in the kitchen, you're selfish, but you can't wait. You're impatient. And that big dilly, which you were supposed to share with you and your husband or you and your family, you won't break it. My God, they break that dilly. But that dilly will not let them eat it if it wasn't ready. Because the gum around that milk. So therefore, this is ready. Next. Same thing with the pear. It has to be ready. So we have to learn from the environment. Next. The same thing with the dilly. It has to be ready. Next. Now, I've shown this before. I want off love. Some people don't like it. But could you tell me what you see, please? What's on the head? A star or a? You said cross. I heard cross. That's the mold. Now remember though, we was told that the mold was this place here. But see that mold go all the way across here, all the way over there. And it shapes like a star or a cross. So when Sidney Preston once said when he was going to priesthood in the St. John's University Abbey, they would shape them right across like that. They're looking for this next. Now this is called crowning. I didn't name that. I'm a biology teacher. I didn't name that. Crowning is when the flesh meets the world. All right, when you came into a very powerful time, all right? So see it right here? So it's like that so that these could close up so it can come through the little tiny serpents and then go back. Go next, and now see it forms into a cross at the age of 7. You already sealed as divine. Lord, don't play. That's right here underneath you. And that's what they'd be shaving off when they're trying to find before the ordination of a priesthood. Next. You have a charged divine responsibility to educare, draw out of these divine children what God put in them. Just nurture them, that's all. Affirm them. All right, next. Behold, the only thing greater than now. something now. That's what Kunta Kinte did in the movie with the baby. When they Mr. Universe. See, you don't understand what it is they're doing. But this one, Senior Preston Moss, right now, church. But he knew what he was doing. See, sometimes they don't you, but I knew because if you have to make them connections. Next. Foreign colonial imperialism took place, began ancient schooling was no longer the same. Next, the rituals were removed. Next, they put letters as opposed to the visual. That's why children do very well in art. So I have many students who passed the art PJC, they ain't getting nothing and nothing else. You understand what I'm saying? But in the art, there was a divinity, there was a spirituality. All right, next. Next, act of process of imparting or acquiring particular knowledge, skills, professional use, multiple intelligence, use differential instructions. For God's sake, man, you shouldn't be teaching no lesson without having one PowerPoint or a video, man. There's video on everything. You just go to YouTube video and download that. You give it to the children do it. Tell the children do it. I'm telling you they will do it. I'm telling you, if you say, okay, at the beginning of the school year, these are the videos you must bring to class. Don't let them be too long. But for God's sake, man. All right, people are auditory, they are visual. I'm like that. All right, we want to hear, we want to see. So please use differential instructions. You can't separate the scheme anymore. You got to bring it together. Next, Topsy, 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 or Blackie. So many of your children, they fighting against their very self because their skin dark, or their hair a certain way. All right, that's within them. And just so you all know, a certain age, many of you here a certain age, there was a West Indian reader book. Any of you know about that? They taught about Topsy. She was a little black girl in the book. They said, Topsy, where you come from? She said, I don't know. Topsy come from I drop from the sky. Just so you know, that was taught to my parents. This is my dissertation in Vauxhall. And when I brought this up 70 years later, some of the women boys are crying. I will never forget it. Next. So therefore, we have an education has an obligation to heal these children. To let them know that you are kings, you are queens, you come from royalty, you can do it, you can do it. Okay, you can't do the math, but my God, can you show me one that you can master? All right, you just tell them.